Hi guys, welcome back to askNK. In today's video, we're going to be looking at a very secret, or should I say, a not so used shortcut key in Maya. It's not like the regular shortcut key you've been using, but today I'll be showing you a shortcut key which exists in Maya, but most people don't know how to use it, or maybe they probably don't know that it exists. So in our scene here, we have an Audi car model which I downloaded off the internet. Credits to whoever made this model. To demonstrate this shortcut, I will need to use a light which I can get if I move over to the rendering tab and click on light. So let's make use of the directional light first to look at it. So the secret shortcut is the T key. The T key on your keyboard is actually the shortcut key that you probably have never thought about or maybe never used. How this works is this. You know, like in 3ds Max and maybe other applications, we have lights that are known as target lights and cameras known as target cameras. But things like the directional lights, we don't have anything that has to do with targets related to them. But once you press the T key on your keyboard, so I'm selecting this and I'm pressing T, automatically you're going to see another gizmo which gives you the target. So with this we can target the light to wherever we want in our scene. So to elaborate this, I'm just going to go ahead and scale the light a little bit and press the T key one more time, and I'm going to tap 7 on our keyboard so that we can use the light which exists inside of our scene instead of using the default light that comes with Maya. So pressing 7 on our keyboard, we can see the light and we can change the direction of where the target is going to be facing. Other things we can do is we can also go all the way up and move this light up and down. I think this is a very flexible way of using light inside of Maya. It's going to save you a lot of time, especially if you're trying to get a particular kind of light setting, and you know, using the regular using the regular rotate, scale, and positioning might not get you, or might get you the result, but might not get you the result faster. So you can make use of this. One thing to notice once you press the T key is you find this button here that looks like a turn on and a turn off button. So once we click on this button the first time, we're going to get another button, or maybe another element that shows by the side of the light. And this element is more like the pivot. So I'll explain by showing you how this works. So what happens is, if I click this, click and drag all to this point, you find out that we have something that looks like a target here. So what happens is, if I click this, it means I've just locked the pivot, or should I say the target. So unlike we moving this up and down, here becomes the pivot for this object. So once I move up, you can see it becomes the pivot for both the target and also the pivot for the light itself. We can also click this button to turn off the whole thing, click it to bring it click it again to bring it on one more time. And also, because we have that target turned on, this still exists, but if we click again and turn this off, we go back to the default which we have. I'm also going to take this light off, and I'm going to bring in a spotlight, which we're also going to make use of to explain this furthermore. I'm going to drag the spotlight all the way up. Let's also scale the spotlight a little bit and go ahead and position the spotlight where we want it to be. But then if I press the T key one more time, you're going to see that I have this target here, which I can position to wherever I want in my scene. So let's quickly look at the properties that comes with the spotlight by clicking on the turn on and turn off button. So once we click on this button, we're also going to get this target that serves as the pivot for the light, like what we've seen in the directional light. I'm going to click this button one more time, and then we're going to see a handle that controls the cone angle of our spotlights. I think this is a very handy way. Instead of traveling to the attribute editor all the time, you can just simply change the cone angle. If we click this one more time, the penumbra angle also is controllable. So I think this is going to be more of a time saver instead of going to the attribute editor all the time. But definitely, of course, if you have certain parameters you want to enter inside here, they will also concur to, or they'll relatively update in the viewport as well. If we click this one more time, we can see the distance from the light to the object itself. You can see the numbers changing as we move this from one point to the other. We can click this to get all of these features or get all of these elements in place at once. Let's quickly turn this off and look at the T key using the camera. So here I'm going to simply go ahead and create a new camera, and let's press the spacebar and switch this. Let me quickly switch back to perspective so that we can look at what we're doing here. We all know that inside of Maya we have different kinds of cameras, and if you don't know, I'm going to go ahead and show you that real quick. So coming over to this part, let's turn off the light because we might not be needing that now. I can change the camera from normal camera to camera and aim, camera, aim, and up. We can go ahead and explore this and see how this works. But then for you to be able to select the aim of your camera, you have to come over to your outliner, go over to the perspective or your camera group, and select the null, which controls the aim, and move this up and down. But this is going to be a time saver for you if you go over to the camera and simply press the T key on your keyboard. So let's select this and tap T, and automatically we can get a camera aim, which we can use, and at the same time we can explore all of those properties that comes with it. So once we click on the turn on and turn off button, we get the target, which serves as the pivot. We'll press this one more time, we can also see the focal length. So with this focal length, if I push this all the way up, you can see as it updates in the viewport as well. This shortcut key can also be used for modeling as well. Under the polygon tab, I'm going to go ahead and create a new cube. And if I press the T key, I can change the height, the width, and the depth of this cube. And also I can change how much subdivision I want for each of these places. I can also go ahead and make a selection, extrude, and if I'm done extruding and maybe I have changes I want to make, I can press the T key one more time to bring out the extrude UI and make the changes I want here. You can also find out that we have the turn on and turn off button here as well, which once we turn it on, it takes us back to where we started extruding from, and we can change or we can tilt based on the pivot which we have there. If I click it one more time, it goes back to the default which we have. So this is going to be much more of a time saver, especially if you are into creating hard surfaces and stuff like that. And you can also use this shortcut key for other modeling tool sets as well. So I advise for you to try this shortcut and see what works for you. If you have comments or recommendations about this video, please put them in the comment section down below. If there are videos you would like to see or maybe more tips you want to see, also put them down in the comment section below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share with your friends, and also subscribe to this channel if you've not subscribed already, and don't forget to turn on notifications so that you get updates the next time we upload a new video. Peace.